Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy DICEM, aka Dice, Lil Dice, Big Dice, JF, JF6, JR, JR6, Lone Raven. Really whatever you want to call me as long as it ain't out my name. So yeah, this is the alternate ending. We're talking about the feral predator going up against Michael Myers. So yeah, the feral predator is of course a Yautja. It's a subspecies of the Yautja species. You know, it derived from some kind of common ancestor. And the thing is, it has different adaptations that make it very unique and very different than the other Yautja. It's about 6 foot something to 7 foot, whereas most Yautja are much taller than 7 feet. And, you know, some reach 8 feet. Females can be 9 to 10 feet. And the ultimate predator was 11 feet. And, you know, the bad bloods were usually about 8.5 feet or so. The feral predator was shown to be one of the most lethal and very powerful and skilled predators. Now that can be said for a lot of Yautja, but this Yautja was specialized in a lot of ways. It was very different than the average predator. It did have a smaller head, but a stronger bite force, with a bone-crushing bite and mandibles positioned in a different position than the average Yautja, among other differences, key differences. Now, most of y'all already know that the feral predator was deadly. He was slaughtering, obliterating, and eviscerating people. The thing is, he's also very durable, as predators are. He's able to take gunfire, spears through the body, shots with a musket fire, high caliber, that is, through the skull. So yeah, it's pretty damn insane. Feel me? But yeah, the feral predator is definitely unique, and the cultural significance of bone is really relevant in the character of the feral predator. One of the big differences is the teeth. The feral predators have different technology, different teeth, different attributes, like the differences in their mandibles and even their dreadlocks and things of that nature. Now, of course, they have these long, extended, elongated wrist blades. These are absolutely amazing weapons for up close and personal melee combat. They shred people apart. Any creature that's usually fought or hunted by the feral predator that is killed with the wrist blades is usually killed almost immediately. Now, Michael Myers, aka Michael Audrey Myers. He's one of the most notorious and badass, murderous, barbaric, and barbarous slashers of all time. One of the most haunting, terrifying, brutal, and near indestructible villains in the horror genre as a whole. Now, of course, Michael is called the Shape, as I've said before, because this incarnation of Michael, like most, is evil itself. Evil incarnate, if you will. And of course, he's referred to as the Shape, because he's merely just the shape of a human. He has the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, because he is basically what some would consider a devil. Maybe not the devil, but a monstrous, pure evil being. Maybe not pure evil, because he did spare a baby, but he is vicious, he is monstrous. And of course, his weapon of choice since 78 in the original film, tying into the new trilogy, his weapon has always been a kitchen knife, among other different types of tools and weapons. Now, of course, Michael is a super interesting character. He's badass, terrifying, and very not only very skilled, but also extremely powerful. So strong he can one stomp a human head, tear limbs off with his bare hands, slash your head off with one swing, etc. He can just rip you apart. He's always been considered to be something along the lines of peak human, although Halloween Ends seems to say that he's supernatural in a lot of ways. Since Halloween 2018, we've seen him change and become even more powerful. He's always been ruthless though. Anyways, hey yo, you know what time it is? Let's get it. Fight. The feral predator sees Michael, it points and uses the 3 red dot sights to aim its little crossbow pistol. And right as the red dot laser sights point at Michael's throat and he aims the projectile weapon, the feral predator is impaled through the upper part of his right side of his chest with Michael's knife as it was thrown with much force directly into him as Michael walks up and pulls it directly out of him, and he slashes, completely severing the feral predator's hand that was holding the crossbow pistol. The feral predator goes to backhand slash across Michael's throat with his wrist blades as Michael dodges it and kicks him back. He goes flying back against the wall. He extracts his combi stick spear, runs forward, and impales Michael through the chest. He stabs him 3 more times directly through the chest with the spear before pulling the combi stick out of him, as Michael then dodges the next attack as he relatively quickly moves towards the feral predator and stabs through his chest, deep into his chest plate, as he pulls the blade out and stabs him again and again as the feral predator implants his wrist blades directly into the side of Michael's body, right up under his arm, as it tears through slightly, just a bit. As it goes to yank through his whole chest, Michael pulls the blades out, backing up and kicking the feral predator directly in the stomach, causing him to fly back and crash land on the ground, head smacking off the ground. As Michael walks over to him, he stands up and equips his shield, blocking Michael's attacks, before he then slashes Michael's chest open and goes to slash his throat with the sharp edge of the shield. Michael then completely dodges this attack, and as the shield is swung from side to side, Michael slashes the feral predator's throat open as he's stabbed directly in the chest. He stabs the feral predator straight through his throat, and the feral predator backs up. Michael comes at him as the feral predator stabs him twice in the center of mass and then swings for his head. Michael dodges and stabs the feral predator through his skull, straight through to the back of his head, piercing his brain as he pulls the knife down, slicing straight through his face as he then pulls the blade out and chops his head off, making a trophy of his skull. DICEM I'm Outtie. Actually, I know y'all have seen Halloween 2. Most of you, it's one of my favorites. Check out some of these designs for a burnt Michael Myers after Halloween 2, post Halloween 2. I think it's dope. It would be one of my ideal designs for Michael alongside the original and, of course, the look from Halloween 2. Because Halloween 2 actually is my favorite Halloween film, believe it or not. Though the first is also amazing. And this concept design here is also really dope, really badass. Anyways, yeah, it's really, really cool. And I don't want you guys to get me wrong. I do think the original is an influential classic that I will always love. I just really also love part 2 in the new trilogy, including Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, more so than Ends. But anyway, yeah, I also wanted to bring up something else that a lot of you may know about Halloween 9, Halloween 9 was basically an unmade film, you feel me? And it had vast potential. We don't know what it could have been. There's things we do know about it, but we don't know for sure what the on-screen finished product would have looked like. But anyway, it's been your boy DICEM, and for real this time, I'm outie.